What's up, everyone? It's Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with LAYTON'S Mystery Journey, Katrielle and the Millionaires Conspiracy for Nintendo Switch. Actually, this game came out on, yeah, truth be told, this game came out on the 3DS, but then they ported it to the Switch, the Deluxe Edition as they're calling it. Yeah, it's kind of a nice change of pace. Instead of porting Wii U games, they ported a 3DS game. Why can't they do that with Diamond and Pearl? I don't know. So if you never actually played the Professor Layton games, they're some of the best puzzle games you will ever play. One of the coolest stories, one of the most inventive stories. But this takes place kind of in the future of those games, where Professor Layton has a daughter named Katrielle. Yep. That kind of explains it all.
Where are you going? Daddy? Daddy!
Oh. Somebody's got daddy issues. That's not right. Okay, is this scene sad enough yet? Okay, there we go. More tears! More tears! More feelings! Okay, fine. No more feelings. Time to cover up your emotions and start the day. Like everyone else. Aww.
Right then.
See, this part's kind of like a musical introduction. The story kind of sets up everything, what's going to happen. So, just to give you a quick rundown here, if you've never played the Professor Layton games, Professor Layton is an archaeologist, travels the world solving puzzles, solving the greatest puzzles. That's the gist of it. I really thought I would go longer with that explanation, but that kind of covers all bases.
My journey as a detective starts here.
And this is his supposed daughter, Katrielle. I don't know, Professor Layton doesn't actually show up in the game, so other than that first scene. And since I am doing this live, if you guys have any questions, or you think you know the answer to some of these puzzles, let me know. I'll be keeping an eye out. For the most part, though, I think I remember. That's the thing, I haven't played this game since the 3DS. I played this game before, I do know the story, but so no spoilers. Oh, okay, so Professor Layton does appear in the game. Daughter, and she's opening up a detective agency. That's all. That's where the story is. That's where we're at.
Dear Lucy, I've opened a detective agency on one of London's most happening streets. Any mystery solved. That's the Layton Detective Agency's motto. I can't wait to find out what mysteries are waiting for me. It says
any mystery, not every mystery. We'll solve any mystery. Will you solve mine? No.
You must come and visit me if you have the time. Yours faithfully, Katrielle.
Alright. So this will be the first case. Oh no, this is the prologue. We'll get to the first case in a minute. Lady and a Tramp. I actually saw a few minutes of that live action, or not live action.
There, all done.
That remake of Lady and the Tramp. It's decent.
Who said that? Was it you?
I'm not big on remakes.
Can you really solve any mystery?
We just said that. We can solve any mystery.
A talking dog.
You're not surprised?
It's only talking.
Only talking? Is it true? Huh? I want some proof. Can you really solve any mystery? Seeing you hang that sign gives me an idea. Let's see you try your paw at this puzzle.
Yeah, so the parts of this game that shine are the puzzles. Just very inventive, very creative. Okay, so Cafe cake. Letter K has fallen down from the sign above the cake shop. Use the 3 triangles to make the letter K inside the box. Place the hand over the triangle using the left stick. Okay. When the K is formed, the success message will be displayed automatically. Place the triangles carefully. So we gotta place these 3 triangles in a fashion that it forms the letter K. Which I already think I know how to do. And they're very particular. What is this puzzle? Trying to think. Maybe I got it backwards. I think I have it right. Oh! Yeah, I'm done. There we go.
I've seen how to solve this now.
That's how you form. You just gotta form the letter K.
Puzzles are made for solving.
Problem is, if you look at the picture, it kind of throws you off. Makes you think that you're supposed to, yeah. Sign is fixed. For anyone, care for a cake, anyone? And you get points basically solving the puzzles. It opens up bonus content later on.
All right. You seem to be up to scratch.
Thank you. Why don't you step inside?
I do like the anime scenes in this game. I appreciate that. Talking dog, yes. Yes, the dog talks.
So, what can I do for you?
Look at me. It's obvious.
What?
I'm a talking dog.
Yes, I can see that, and...
And? All right, then. And I have total amnesia.
It's like, I'm a talking dog, I have no idea why I talk.
If I could just remember my parents, it might make more sense. I feel
Well,
like
obviously
I'm me,
one of your parents
but
could talk.
Not really me. I don't even know if I'm pedigree.
Is that all?
No, that's not all. I want you to find out who I really am.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. I'm a talking dog.
Got anything else? A diabolical box that kills you?
And this is like a quick
from the
rundown
future?
of the previous
A
games.
relic from an ancient civilization? Nothing like that?
No, you get talking
Nothing.
dog.
Well... This is my first inquiry. Perhaps it's fate.
Yeah, okay.
All right then. Any clues?
Well, not everyone can hear me talking. Some can, some can't. It's very rare to find someone who can, actually.
That dog! It just spoke!
Yeah, very rare, except the 2 people in this room.
And here's
Can hear
another
you
rare
talk.
someone who can hear you talk.
Who's this?
Apparently, he's my assistant. I told him I don't need help, but he won't listen.
Overly dogged. No one wants that.
What's all this about? Miss Layton?
This talking dog wants me to solve the mystery of who he is and where he comes from. So, we've had our first inquiry.
Incredible, miss! Such a fascinating case from day one! Your reputation obviously precedes you!
So, I don't believe you told me your name.
Ernest! Ernest Greaves, miss!
Not you, the dog.
That's just what he's like.
I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Anyway...
I can't even remember my own name.
Look at his tag.
Well, do you remember anything else at all?
Yeah, you think that like
I've
a dog would
got
have
vague
tags or something.
memory
He doesn't
of
even
a
have tags,
tower
so...
or something falling down, and then lightning flashing across the sky.
I'm thinking he
That's
PO'd a
it.
gypsy or something and just got turned into a
much
dog.
to go on, is it?
Who asked you?
It certainly isn't. I've no other cases at the moment, so why not? I'll do what I can.
You will? Well, that's great!
Oh, but I must insist on my fee, even for man's best friend.
Oof, I'm not poor.
Well,
Not paw.
Here's the
Yeah,
paperwork.
there's gonna be a lot of dog puns.
Now, you'll need a name. How about...
Actually, I think Yokai Watch shares the same animation.
Shell?
You said you can't remember your name. So, I've thought of one for you. With inspiration
people
from
that
the
animated,
famous
Yokai
Sherlock
Watch did this
Holmes.
too, I believe.
It
Not
really
sure on
suits you.
Oh, that's splendid, sir. Being named after such a prestigious figure, I mean.
Like I said, who asked you anyway?
Look. Here. Shirl O.C. Combs. Shirl is a great name.
For a girl?
Don't
Shirl.
yap, Shirl.
Stop calling me that.
Surely there's no need to get angry.
Cat, are you in?
Ah. Inspector Hastings.
Alright, save progress so far. On to case 1. Nope, not yet. Inspector Hastings, whatever is the matter, you look positively beside yourself. You won't believe what's happened. Oh, it's this loudmouth, long-nosed Nurk. He's got more collar than me. This is Inspector Hastings, sir, from Scotland Yard. Despite appearances, he's actually responsible for ensuring London's safety. What's that mutt doing here? Don't tell me you've gone and bought yourself a pet cat. A pet? A pet? Do I look like a pet? Don't answer that. Oh, it looks as though Inspector Hastings can't understand what you're saying, sir. Of course he can't. Like I said, it's an exclusive club. Most people just hear wolves and barks. And yet in the straw poll of those present here, 2 out of 3 are in the club. Very exclusive. I can't help it if Super Snitch here isn't one of the enlightened ones. What are you muttering about, cat? Sorry, Inspector. To answer your question, no. Sure, here isn't a pet. Rather, he's my very first client. The first to have signed on the dotted line and enlist my service. This is Inspector Hastings, one of the, like I said, inspectors at Scotland Yard. Well, strictly speaking, miss, he can't sign anything, of course. He's digitally impaired. An excellent observation, Ernest. Let me rephrase that then. The first to have put his paw print on my paperwork. Is this some kind of wind-up? Well, anyway, we haven't got time to be discussing pets. I've got a case that needs you on, cat, and I need you on it right now. Oh, intriguing. Why the urgency? And why do you need me in particular, Inspector? Because we all know you're the best. You've proved that when you helped me out in the past. With your little grey cells on this case, we'll have it solved in no time, I think. I hope. Well, probably. This confidence in you is inspiring, cat. Don't you worry, Inspector. There's not a case in the world that Miss Layton can't crack. Any mystery solved. That's the Layton Detective Agency motto, you know. Well, let's hope you can put your money where your mouth is, because we need all the help we can get on this one. Perhaps it's time you told us what has actually happened, Inspector. Yeah, thank you. Well, it's odd to believe, to be honest. I mean, you'd never expect something like that to get nicked. Something's been stolen. A burglary case, is it? Of sorts, yeah, but not your average run-of-the-mill burglary. This affects everyone in London, in the whole of Britain. Gosh, really? Whatever could be so important? I think you better just come to the scene, then I'll explain everything. Sounds like a very good idea. Lead the way. Hello, isn't there a little matter worth forgetting, yeah? What about figure out my true identity? Oh yes, well the trouble is, this new case just sounds a lot more interesting. Interesting? You decide which cases to investigate based on how interesting they are, do you? Exactly, I'm glad you understand. Well, pardon me for only being a talking dog. I really must try harder to be more interesting. Oh, now, Shirley, don't be like that. Your case is important to us, but we're experiencing a high volume of inquiries at present. You've had one new inquiry. One. Alright, have a good night, Robin. Never mind. Clearly, the inspector here has his knickers in a twist about something. Let him jump the queue if he has to. Good, that's settled then. Now let's get to the scene and start investigating. Where are we going, Inspector? Just down the road, as it happens, to Big Ben. Big Ben? The Elizabeth Tower, I presume. Not Burly Benjamin, who lives a few doors down, Shirley. Oh, we don't get to see Burly Benjamin. Dang it. Alright, so now we're on the first case, finally. It only took 15 minutes. see more anime scenes. What, they steal the whole they steal the whole clock tower? No. Wait, they... The hand is missing. Oh my god. Someone stole the hand off Big Ben. Good gracious, the hour hand is missing, is it? It's missing. Yup, I'm afraid so. It was reported to us this morning. So that's what this is all about. One of the hands from the clock tower has been stolen. Unbelievable, isn't it? We've got to catch the hooligan who did this and get the hand. I can't. God, can you just pronounce the letter H, dude? And get the hand back quickly, smart. But there are four clock faces on the Elizabeth Tower, aren't there? Even if this one hour hand is missing, the other 3 faces will show the correct time, surely. That's right. I mean, certainly it may be a little inconvenient, perhaps, but to describe this as affecting all of Britain, isn't that rather an exaggeration? Yeah, my better half said the same thing, but it's much worse than a bit of inconvenience not knowing the right time. Problem is, we're due to a visit from the ambassador for... God damn. I'm never gonna pronounce this right, so give me a minute here. Fadufwefwe. Oh yes, I remember reading about it in the Times. It's an anniversary of the Treaty of Rome, isn't it? But what does that have to do with the Elizabeth Tower? The ambassador's going to be received at the ambassador's going to be received at a venue in sight of the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. And as a symbol of the timeless friendship and cooperation between our two lands, they planned on giving him a present. A pendant modeled on the hands of Big Ben. Oh dear. Yeah, so you can only imagine that the conversation's got to turn to the subject of the clock tower at some point. And it's not going to look too clever if the very ends of the pendant is modeled on have been inched by some low-life scoundrel the Met can't catch. Obviously, it's all plastered. It'll be plastered all over the foreign press as well. It's a bloomin' disgrace, is what it is. I see. So that's why you're intent on tracking down the culprit and recovering the missing hand before tomorrow's engagement. Exactly. We really need your help on this one, Kat. Of course, I'll do everything I can. Our national pride is at stake here, as you say. Well, that's a relief. I was worried you'd turn me down. Obviously, Scotland Yard will be carrying on with its own investigations at the same time. It's all hands on deck. I've got officers scouring the area around the tower, so you can ask them if they've got any leads. Leave it to me, Inspector. We'll get started at once. Oh gosh, miss. It's so rousing when you take the bull by the horns like this. I'm glad I did not mispronounce that. Oh no, wait a minute. What now? Well, as this is our first case since the establishment of the Layton Detective Agency, I better show you the ropes. Let me explain how I like to carry out my investigations. Oh yes, please do, Miss Layton. Okay, so basically, you just move the cursor over things, left stick, and you move over things. When the magnifying glass turns orange, it means something's there. You can talk to them, you can interact with it. You can also use the D-pad. And we're good. Okay, so left stick to move the magnifying glass around. Why are we gotta go all of this? Can we just skip this, please? Got the hang of licking our boots. Yep, sorry, I mean your fast learner, pinstripes. So let's get straight down to business and start investigating. Let's start with... Oh, we gotta do a practice of this. Good. Golly, a little coin dropped down, look. Yes, that's a hint coin. It can buy you hints when you're solving puzzles. That's one of the cool things about the game. You get like a certain amount of hint coins by collecting them through the game. And you can use like, I think up to 5 of them on a puzzle. Help you solve it if you ever get like stuck. Or you could always just look up the answer online, but this this is less cheating in my opinion. I see, so hint coins are shiny little creatures, are they? Come on, Kat, what are you dawdling there for? The case, woman, the case. Now, Inspector, less haste, more speed. Investigations need to be carried out carefully, and above all, you must record everything at each step. Teaching Grandma to suck eggs, aren't you? Let's just go over the most important items in my bag. Really gotta go over the stuff in the bag. Okay, press X to open the bag, Kat's journal, and then we can always save. And then other stuff will pop up with the puzzle index, daily puzzles, which you can download, and you can always change Kat's wardrobe, which we'll do another time. Have I heard of tidying? Isn't this a crazy idea where you actually get rid of the stuff you don't need? Oh no, it's perfectly fine as it is. The trick with any handbag is to know where to find everything and what to use it with. Good, that's covered the fundamentals of the investigation process. Now it's time to put the theory into practice and investigate the clock tower. Thank you. It's to actually investigate the investigation. The clocks are awfully high off the ground, though, aren't they? Then you must zoom in, Ernest. Zoom in, miss. How do you do that? Okay, I guess we're doing more tutorial. Sometimes you may notice a magnifying glass. If you do, press A. Turns blue, press A. Very naughty. Well, it's extremely important to be thorough when you're investigating, you see. So why don't you zoom in now and take a closer look at the clock tower face. And yep, one hand. It's true, the short hand really is missing. Ah, but of course, the other clock faces all have both hands. Yeah, it's only on the other side that the short hand's been taken down. The other three are unaffected. Oh, so it's just one shorthand that we're looking for. Even a shorthand from one of the clocks on the Big Ben clock tower would be a very sizable object, not something that would disappear easily. Obviously, we've searched all around the clock face, as well as the base of the tower, but that end's just disappeared into thin air. Haha, this is turning into a very interesting case indeed. A quarter of London doesn't know what time it is, and you call it interesting. Alright, now that we know what we're dealing with, it's time we started investigating. We should start by stepping back and looking at the bigger picture again. So, select zoom out or press B. Alright, that's done. Where do we start, Miss Layton? Well, time is of the essence. We have to solve this before Ambassador Fodu Fue arrives tomorrow. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. Let's begin by asking Inspector Hastings' team what they've learned so far. That's right. Why do the work yourself when you can get someone else to do it for you? Nonsense, Shao. We can't afford to duplicate effort. That's all. Of course. Come along then, you two. No time to lose. Coming, miss. Talk to this guy first. I think we already, Inspector Hastings, can you summarize what you found so far? Not a fat lot, really. That was a Bobby of a beat here last night. There was a Bobby on the beat here last night who confirmed nothing was amiss at 11:50. It wasn't until 6 in the morning that we got a report from the stunned loco who happened to glance at the clock. We came to confirm the report straight away and found it to be true. The hour hand was well and truly gone. So at 11:50 last night the clock was fine, but by 6 in the morning the hand was missing. So we're looking at a window of about 6 hours in which the crime was committed in. That's about the size up of it, are you? And wasn't there anybody else who looked at the clock tower in the 6-hour window? We're looking into that now. I've got officers asking locals if they saw anything. There must be someone who looked at the clock in all that time. No doubt if we went door to door we could find some witnesses, but we just don't have that kind of time. So we just have to manage with what we know already, you mean? Pretty much, and those ends are massive. It would take someone a fair old while to make off with it, that's for sure. 6 hours. Okay, so this is the first part of the case. Every case is going to be divided into 6 clue fragments, which we gotta find. This being the first one. Okay, so there was a 6-hour window in which the hand was taken. So according to Inspector Hastings, the clock hand must have been stolen in roughly a 6-hour window between 11:50 p.m. last night and 6 a.m. this morning. Alright. Oh, it's so exciting to be investigating a case at last. What do we do first, miss? Well, start by interviewing members of the public, Ernest. Gosh, that sounds like proper detective work. Let's find out if anyone here has noticed what's wrong with the clock tower, and if they might have useful information for us. There are rather a lot of passers-by here, aren't there? How do we know who to ask? The more people we talk to, the better, so let's get started. When there's more than one place to investigate next, you'll see multiple magnifying glass icons displayed at the top right of the screen in investigation mode. Once you have examined one of the places, it'll be marked with a tick icon, sorry. So keep an eye on the magnifying glass icons and tick icons at the top right of the screen as you're hunting for clues. Okay, so we gotta find 2 clues. Let's talk to this guy with the camera. He looks like he might know something. Top of the morning to you. Got a minute to answer a few questions? Oh, alright. I'm investigating the extraordinary disappearance of Little Ann of Big Ben, see? So did either of you happen to see anything around these parts last night? Such as, for instance, a person or persons transporting a large and like object. Gosh, he gets straight to the point, doesn't he? He's asking the very questions he's asking the very questions I was about to ask him. Oh, where me manners? Eh? Sorry, I'm Douglas Dirt. Everyone calls me Doug. As in digging in the dirt, Doug Dirt. Okay. I'm a reporter with the London Times, see? Are your readers at all? Oh, I say, personally, I think the London Times is the best paper in the city. Ha ha ha, you're too kind, lad. Although I do make it my mission to dig up the most dirtiest of dirt and uncover the most unsavory of sooths. And at present, as I mentioned aforementionedly, I am investigating the disappearance of Big Ben's hand. As it happens, we're investigating the same thing. Perhaps you might share anything you've learnt. Sorry, investigating, you say? Well, there's a turn-up for the books. You don't look like detectives, I must say. If I had to guess, I'd have you pegged as a young couple out walking your lovely dog on this delightful morning. Well, I am a detective. Haven't you heard of the Layton Detective Agency, the place that just now opened up? Layton, of course. I know the famous Professor Layton, of course, but I didn't realize he had an agency or people at his employ. Always nice to have signed up with a couple of unknown. Really inspires confidence. What a blow. Mind you, I didn't really expect any different. Don't worry, Miss Layton. You'll be famous soon enough. I'm quite certain of that. Anyway, as it happens, I was at the office all evening yesterday, penning in my latest article. I did not observe Big Ben at all. And I'm afraid to say my own investigation is just getting underway. I have nothing to impart at the present time. I see. Well, thank you anyway. I wish you all the very best with your ongoing investigative activities, of course. Likewise, sir. Good luck with yours. And hiccup for the iconic Big Ben. And hiccup for the iconic Big Ben. Pretty petty crime of international conspiracy? Alarm bells ringing across Britain. Haha, stories like these write themselves, eh? God, me thinks it's gonna be a smasher. It certainly is. If we don't solve this before the story breaks, there'll be all kinds of repercussions. Alright, we must press on with our investigation. And then there's this guy. Who's in every game. Stock and scarfing. Well, how long's it been, would you say? How long? I'm sorry, do we know each other? I'm fairly sure I've never met you before, sir. Know each other? In a way, yes. In a way, no. I think his scarf's too tight. People are like leaves washed along in a river, sometimes meeting, sometimes parting. You've rather lost me, I'm afraid. I don't suppose you've noticed anything about the Elizabeth Tower last night, did you? I was already dreaming sweetly by nightfall yesterday. You're an early sleeper, are you? So you wouldn't have seen anything. Is that all you wanted? I tell you what, how about a little puzzle to occupy the mind? I say, a puzzle? The world is full of puzzles, Ernest. Sometimes during the course of investigation, people do come up with puzzles for you to solve. It's all part of the process. So let's see what sort of puzzle we're dealing with here. Yeah. Unfortunately, she's right. Puzzles just pop up randomly, and yeah, we gotta solve them. Alright, so number 2. The clock is currently showing time as 3:30 p.m. It would be nice if the hands on the clock would show midnight. What is the minimum number of places you need to touch on the clock to show the desired time? Okay, so select the answer by selecting numbers. After confirming what you'll have written to change the answer. Okay, cool. Okay, so it is 3:30 right now. It'd be nice if the hands on the clock would show midnight. So you'd have to turn the hands of the clock. I think I mean, it depends on the type of clock. You can just turn, like, the minute hand around. It would turn the hour hand, so that would be 1. But it's asking what would be the minimum number of places you'd need to touch on the clock to show the desired time. Yeah, the answer... Most people would think the answer is 1 or 2. But the minimum number of places that you need to touch on the clock is actually 0. because of the fact that you can just wait until the clock says midnight.
Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Oh, this game. You did it. There was no need to touch the clock at all. All you need to do is wait for midnight to come. Well, that's boring. Very impressive. Let's hope you tackle all the puzzles you're going to face so convincingly. We've investigated all we can around here. I suggest we head closer to the... let's go closer to the crime scene, please. To the scene of the crime at last. I say this is rather exciting. I need to explain to you how we move around... Oh, God, here we go. Yeah, press Y and then click wherever you want to go. And then press A. And then you move. Okay. It looks like we can get inside the Elizabeth Tower from the entrance there. So let's head over and see what we can find out. Right, so, press Y. Here we go, on the move. The entrance to the clock tower looks to be up over here. Over there. Oh, the police officer seems to be examining something. Let's ask them what they found. Talk to the people here. Hello, miss. Let's see. Oh, yes, that's right. Miss Layton, Inspector Hastings mentioned you. Hey, oh, yes, there it is. You're assisting with our investigation, I see. So, to share information and resources. Thank you, officer. That would be very helpful. Another on-the-ball detective, isn't it? Yes, this is DC Nick Booker, one of the Inspector Hastings men. All the names in here are like references to something, so... any side character, any random character is like their name means something. DC Booker. Yeah. Yes, well, according to our inquiries, it seems that there's been an outbreak of, of metal theft in the capital recently. Metal theft? No, yes. I think that's what it says here. This metal being stolen from factories and warehouses. Really, what on earth would anyone steal pieces of metal for? Some metals are valuable, honest, and thieves can sell scrap made from them for a high price. Yes, according to my notes here, the missing clock hand was made of, yes, here it is, a valuable metal that would fetch a good price if sold. So we're continuing along with this line of investigation. I see, metal theft. Well, thank you for your help, DC Booker. Don't mention it, madam. I'm just doing what it says here in my notebook. Your script. Okay, so the second part of the investigation is metal thefts. Which is weird. If you're going to steal metal, I mean, there are easier ways to get metal, though. Okay, so according to DC Booker, there has been a recent spate of metal thefts. Spate, I've never even seen that word before. In the capital. Certain types of scrap metal sell for considerable sums of money. But it's not scrap metal, it's hard to get to metal. Alright, and let's talk to this person over here. Find random puzzles. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, hi there. Perfect weather for a run, isn't it? It must be a pleasant place to go for jogging here with all the green space. Yes, I love it. I'm done 50 laps already today. 50? I'm good run. Good run. Good run, by the way. I've been running in cities all around the world. I just can't get enough. I like marathons and other events, but ordinary city streets are my favorite place to run. I just love exercising as I watch other people going about their business. I like doing puzzles to exercise my brain, too, and to keep my mind off my aching muscles. I just came across a great one, actually. Try it. I could never imagine being that fit, just running all the time. Okay, so Bubble Blast. These are one of the more fun puzzles. Shoot bubbles from the cannon to burst all the bubbles floating in the air. To pop bubbles, you need to form a chain linking bubbles of the same number horizontally and or vertically. The chain must contain at least as many bubbles as the number displayed on the bubbles in it. Press and hold A to pick up a bubble and move it to an empty space. Press A to... Okay, yeah, and then ammo is replenished after each shot, but you need to burst all the bubbles within the maximum shot limit. Okay, so yeah, pick up A, and we can turn it to rotate the object. Okay, yeah. Okay, so... So we have 9 shots. Now I'm trying to figure out which one we have to get rid of first. Try that one first. Gets rid of those. Hold on. Yeah, I think I gotta start here. Okay, start there. Let's take those out. And take these out. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to do that eventually. Take those out. Down there. Take that out. There's there. There's there, and then one. Yep. That's all there is. Okay, cool. I'll just trial and error, and we'll get you through some of these puzzles.
That's how it's done.
Thankfully, they have the undo button there. Alright. So it's Bubble Blast, that's done. Yes, that's it. Nice one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, I'm ready to push on and beat the pain. Haha, good luck. I'm going to stay in London for a while, I think. There are lots of places around the city where I'd like to run. I want to make sure I see as much as I can while I'm here. Maybe I'll see you around sometime. Bye then. Okay, so that one's done. Let's talk to this guy. Hello, Miss Layton. Inspector Hastings has instructed us to give you full cooperation. Wonderful, so I don't need to explain. Could you just tell us what you found out so far? I'll be glad to, miss. We have ascertained that on the night in question, that being last night, there was no one here. No one at all? Not even a janitor or something? Correct, there is a room behind the large clock faces known as the clock room. However, this room was locked overnight. So, is the clock tower always empty overnight? Except for when workers are ongoing, yes. When the servicemen are in, they sometimes work late apparently. But last night the servicemen knocked off early, it seems. So there was no one around who might have seen the thief. Sorry not to have better news for you. Okay then, you still know nothing. Now we've spoken to the investigating officers. I think it's time we had a look inside the clock tower. How's the game going, Harry? The game's going good. Stick around for a while. But it's locked, isn't it? Should we talk to the PC Beat, do you think? Excuse me, PC Beat. Would you be so good as to allow us to enter the clock tower? Why, yes, of course. Inspector Hastings gave us instructions to cooperate fully with you, Mr. Layton. Step right in. Thank you. We will all come in, if we may. I must warn you, it's one long staircase when you get inside. I hope your leg muscles are working. Oh, yes. Yeah. Good God, climbing up all the way to the top of Big Ben. That's a workout. Can we get the running lady over here? Just have her run up there. Just hey, could you run up there and do the investigation for me? Golly. Lots of stairs. My feet are killing me. Ernest, Greaves, you should be ashamed of yourself getting tired out so easily. You're panting harder than he is. Oh, look! It's spectacular. I've never seen the internals of a clock tower before. Magnificent. Being inside such a huge and important landmark like this is rather splendid, isn't it? The clock faces and the clocks are so enormous. Yes, it's quite exciting being allowed inside a place that's off limits for most people. Alright, you two, get over yourselves. I've just remembered something I almost forgot to mention before. Oh, what's that? Sometimes as you're investigating, you come across something unexpected. Unexpectedness? As you're moving the magnifying glass around, you might notice a peculiar disturbance in some places, like a puff of dust almost. When that happens, be sure to investigate thoroughly. Okay, so yeah, that's just another tutorial thing. So you discovered a reddish wristwatch. It's been added to your collection. I collected it, I didn't take it. A collection box has been added to Katrielle's bag. There you can pursue peruse items. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Peruse items that you found during the course of your investigations. This game is very British, yes, very British. Now with 200% more British. Hello, hello. The items aren't related to any particular case, but they're just for fun, so enjoy them at your leisure. You never know what you might find while you're hunting for clues, so leave no stone unturned, Ernest. Not one, Miss Layton. Very good. Let's get back to the task at hand. Ah, I think perhaps there's a serviceman over there. Look. Oh yes, you're right. Let's go and ask him if he has any useful information on this. Oh wow, he was just standing right there the whole time. Okay. Hey, what are you doing inside? No entry to public. It's all right. I'm from the Layton Detective Agency. The police have given us permission to investigate here. You're a serviceman for the Great Clock, I take it. No, yes. I am Hans Lipski. Is this for a missing hand? I already said to police everything I know. You people are drilling hole in my belly. Well, I'm sorry to ask you to repeat yourself, but would you mind telling us what you told the police, Mr. Lipski? Lipski? Ken Lipski? He can't help his name, sure. There's nothing for telling. When Hand went missing, I was already at home. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. You went home early yesterday, I understand? Day before. I was working until after midnight, fixing this clock. So yesterday I got home early. Was there anything unusual about the hand that was taken? It wasn't loose or misaligned or anything? No, I fixed it only 2 days ago, like I tell you. When I put it back, I make sure it is good fixed on. I see. So there's no chance that the hand dropped off then. Slipped out of your hands, perhaps. Police already investigate everything. In here, around clock phase, but they find nothing. And they have gone now. Yes, tell me, Mr. Lipski. When did you notice that the hand was missing? Same time, like everyone else. When I look out the window in morning, I see missing hand. Oh, so you live in sight of the clock tower, and in sight of the face with the missing hand, I see. No, yes, I am living close to here, on Chancellor Lane. Oh gosh, how extraordinary. The same street that the agency is on. It's strange that we didn't notice the hand was missing ourselves. Exactly, I'm sure remembering seeing it when I looked at the clock tower this morning. Because you were looking at different face. It depends on where you are living. So that's another, that's another clue right here. Apparently that hand was recently repaired. Clock Tower serviceman Hans Lipski claims that the confirmed that the hour hand was firmly reattached after he repaired it the day before, yesterday. The same exact hand. Okay, so... Let's look up here, see if there's anything. Clock faces are so vast, it's really rather strange seeing them from inside. But apart from the missing hand, there doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary. Okay, so that's the clock face that has the missing hand. This one does not. This one has its hand still. Both hands present and correct on this face, at least. That would be a good puzzle, wouldn't it? I'm a face, but I have no eyes, no ears, and no mouth. I do have hands, however, what am I? As it happens, though, there's a different puzzle here. Look, do you want to try it? Well, I am the personal assistant of the great detective, Miss Katrielle Layton, so I ought to tackle a puzzle or two from time to time. Alright, here we go. Thing number 4, Houses of Hanoi. Oh, these are fun, okay. A new design of house allows you to arrange the floors however you like. Just select a building to hoist off the topmost floor with the crane and move it to another plot of land. Your task is to make all the houses look as they appear on the plans. However, houses can only have up to 4 floors max. Okay, so we want to make this over here. And basically it counts every time we move something. So let's see. We need to get this one down here first. So... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna move this one down here. This one over here. That one over here. That one right here. And I can move this one here. Okay, so we'll build that one there. This one here. That one over here. Okay, that's one out of the way right there. That one over here. I think I screwed myself. Yeah, okay. That one over here. That one over here. Red down first, then yellow. And now we top these off with pink. Alright.
If you'll entertain my idea,
I think that's the minimum number of turns. It might be less.
Still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
Usually will tell you the minimum number. Like, I mean, you can take as many as you want. Okay, so yeah, both houses look spot on, so we won't know. Good work, Pinstripes. You're clawing back some respect here. Why, thank you, Shell. While merely a personal assistant to Miss Layton, I do hope to prove myself useful in the puzzle-solving department. I really don't remember saying I wanted a personal assistant. Oh dear, miss, please don't reject me. Oh boy. Oh, hint coin. The mechanism is vast as well, isn't it? And it keeps ticking despite being one man down. It's lucky there are 3 other faces showing the correct time. People of London rely on the Big Ben to know the time. Really, apart from the missing hour hand, nothing seems to be out of place. Golly, there are no clues at all. I would have expected to see some trace of the crime after all. It's such a large object to make off with. We need more information. Let's go back down to the ground. There's something I'd like to ask the Inspector Hastings. I knew this would come, the descent. It's all right for you, but I'm taking my life in my paws climbing down these stairs. Ah yes, with your short little legs. Get off. Not now, Shell. It's safer this way. Ernest will carry you down, won't you, Ernest? I will. Hey, what did you pull that face for? I haven't got the fleas, you know. I didn't pull a face. Come along, no arguing. Just tread carefully, Ernest. Yes, miss. Oh, daily bonus. Okay. So we got 4 fashion carvings. We'll use those later on. There's Inspector Hastings. Look, even from the distance, I can see the furrows in his brow. Perhaps this investigation isn't going very well, miss. So talk to this guy, Big Nose. Toucan Sam. Oh, Cat, what have you got for me? Who did it, then? Who's the culprit? Please, Inspector, calm down. I'm still in the middle of my investigation. Oh, I see. I have a quick question for you, actually. According to Mr. Lipsky, your officers examined the clock face. Is that right? Yeah, of course. I had them check the clock room, the clock face, and all around the outside as well. But there are no clues, no fingerprints, nothing. There's really no traces at all, though, there. Well, I had them take samples from the floor and the walls, and from the clock face. They're being analyzed back at the yard now. When will the results be ready? Shouldn't be much longer, so what's your next move? I think we'll head back to Chancellor Lane. We will? You mean we're going back to the office, Miss Layton? You can't do that. We haven't gotten anywhere yet, and I need your full attention on this case, Cat. Inspector Hastings, please. You mustn't be so blinkered. Sometimes you have to take a step back in order to see things for what they really are. Is that so? Yes, so if you'll excuse us. Hey, you're not serious. Yeah, we're leaving. Bye. Are you sure leaving the scene is the best idea, Cat? Yes, of course. Come along now, you two. Let's get back to Chancellor Lane. It's no distance. We'll be there in a jiffy on the bike. Oh yes, I should explain about how we move around. Okay, yeah, so you just use the bike to move around. That's really it. I don't know why they just can't use the same moving mechanisms. So your trusty bicycle will come in handy in investigation mode and relocation mode then, Miss Slayton. Splendid. Precisely. So back to Chancellor Lane it is. Right, on the move. So Chancellor Lane corner, here we are. There are lots of interesting shops around here, aren't there? Such a lively place. We're here for a mini break, are we? Good idea. First, let's have something to eat. Alright. You know the old maxim, a rumbling tummy is a detective's downfall. No one says that. Of course they do. Well, they should do it. You know, thinking about it, I don't know this street very well at all, even though it's where the agency is located. This is perfect for opportunity to have a stroll down the lane and get better acquainted with our neighborhood. Walkies, eh? Well, at least I don't have to be on the leash. Talk to this guy. He looks like he's deep in thought. Oh, this place serves the best seafood in town, so it does. I've sailed the 7 seas, and this place tops them all. Now I've had the belly full, I suppose I should be heading. Got to get back to work. Let's see, what time's Big Ben got? Ah, good, at least it's not the Banjack's clock facing the view from here. That would have just been my luck, especially seeing as how I'm after losing me watch and everything. I really rely on the old clock tower now. Gosh, the missing hand of the clock's already inconveniencing people, it seems. Exactly, which is why we need to be pushing it on with the investigation, not sampling every dish on the menu. Found something. Perplexing preserve. Okay. Talk to this guy with the snaggletooth. Oh, look what a lovely terraced area this restaurant has. Ciao, Bella. Can I take your order, Signora? Thank you. Golly, he's a little overfamiliar, isn't he? Just before we order, I wonder if I could ask you something. Has there been anything unusual happening around here recently? Anything unusual? Well, a lot of cutlery has been going missing lately. Forks and spoons and things, oh yes, and a silver tray as well. I mean, they were stolen. I cannot say, there were no signs of breaking and entering when no cash taken, so it doesn't seem like a burglary exactly. I see, well thank you. Now, would it be alright if I ordered? I'd like the squidding spaghetti with fetid herb salad on the side, please. Sounds delicious. And then the chef's ominous omelet special, the hellfire risotto, the mushroom surprise, gnocchi, please, all the same time. Good God. And they say dogs have eyes bigger than their bellies. For a minute there, I actually thought you were attempting some serious sleuth work. What did I just tell you, Shaw? An empty stomach is a detective's worst enemy. Okay, I must go and write all that down before I forget. Yeah, she's got quite the appetite. Okay, missing cutlery is the next thing. I don't really think this is a clue. I mean, a lot of restaurants, eventually, they lose silverware just because people customers and servers mistakenly throw them away when they clear the plates. But yeah, it is but like having a tray, though. So cutlery and other silverware have been going missing at a restaurant on Chancery Lane, possibly related to the recent metal thefts in the capital. Okay, so we got 4 of the 6 clues. That's good. Ah, that was absolutely delicious. I do believe I may be full. Maybe? You just ate for 4? Stop making out that I'm a glutton. You and Ernest shared the food too. Yes, and it was yummy. Well, anyway, shouldn't we be getting back to the investigation now? Good idea, Sho. We simply have to recover the hand before Ambassador Feu du Fuefue's visit tomorrow. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've satisfied our appetites, yes, but now we've enjoyed a meal, there's something that must come before anything else. Dessert. You want more? Well, there is a nice-looking cake shop further up the street. Yes, you're right, Ernest. I admired their cakes through the window for too long. I've already made up my mind to pay the place a visit before long. This is the perfect excuse. Ha, we're never going to find that hand in time. I don't know what is up with my nose tonight. So Lipsky, wait, Lipsky. Lipsky's patisserie. Where a master and confectioner baker Lipsky sells his wares. Didn't we? Wasn't the clock tower guy Lipsky? So I guess he owns a bakery too. Smell that delicious sweet scent. Seeing all these tasty treats lined up before my eyes is making my tummy rumble. You're hungry after that 10-course meal. Haha, you know what they say, Shell. There's always room for dessert. Now let's investigate all the tempting offerings that they have on sale. How about investigating the case? Oh, I say, the pastry chef looks awfully familiar. Do we know him from somewhere? Lipsky, hello. Looking to take a little something off on tooth, eh? But you can't decide what. Ah, you're the serviceman from the clock tower. That's it. Yes, it's Mr. Lipsky again. So you run a cake shop as well as being a technician for the clock in Elizabeth Tower. You must be rather busy. Of course I do not. I am Alex Lipsky. Running that patisserie is my only job. You mistake me with my twin brother, Hans. He is working in Big Ben, not me. Oh, I see. You have a twin. That's a perfect excuse. Well, that explains it. How extraordinarily bumping into both of you on the same day. And how interesting that you both gone into such different lines of work. No, yes. At first, my bakery and technique look pulls apart. But there are more similarities than you think. Really? What kind of similarities? We must both be good with hands. We have always had skills to work with complicated things since we were young boys. My bratzi works with clocks, I work with cakes. But we both must work with our hands and our hands in the same way. Our heads and our hands in the same way. It does sound like you've both chosen very difficult professions. No, yes, anyway. You are coming here to buy cakes, not to talk, I think. Please take a look and tell me what you want. Thank you, we will. We'll have a good look around at everything. Alright, this little girl, interrogate her, quick. What do you know? Tell me what you know. Have you been stealing forks? These cakes are simply divine, and so beautifully presented, too. Alex really is so talented, he can make a cake in any shape you care to think of, you know? It all looks so scrumptious, I can never decide what to buy. I think I'll have one of these. No, yes, or maybe. Ah, no, yes. When I come here, I always end up mimicking the charming way Alex speaks. Start him again. Have you made your decision? Oh, it's so hard. Everything in here looks so tasty. By the way, Mr. Lipsky, do you know that the hour hand of one of the clocks in the Elizabeth Tower has gone missing? No, yes, I know. Of course, my bratzi is worried about this. Yes, Hans said he was hoping to have it repaired as soon as possible. He cannot relax if clocks are not running as they should. No, naturally, I understand how he feels. What was this? Okay. Just a wastebasket. Teddy bear! It's a strange place to find a big teddy bear like this. It's so sweet, isn't it? But it's in a sweet shop. Ha ha ha. That was terrible, honest. Truly terrible. Sorry. Anyway, I suppose it's just here as decoration, is it? No, Ernest. I mean, it was absolutely awful. Truly awful. Well, you have to grin and bear it. Oh, wait a minute, though. There's something strange about this bear. Haha, that is not bear. That is one of my cakes. Really? It's not a real bear? No, it's not alive. Are you sure? I had no idea. You can't tell at all. It's so realistic. It's not teddy bear. It's actual bear, made of cake. Is everything in here actually one of your creations? Oh yes, everything you can see in my shop is cake or pastry made by me to look like something from everyday life. The walls are made of cake. Lights are made of cake. I am made of cake. It just falls apart in the rain. Well, I can see that you have a rare talent, Mr. Lipsky. It is my fun to share how much like real thing I can make my creations. I use all different ingredients from around the world to make things look exactly like life. At this moment, I experiment with wafer. Oh, your efforts are certainly paying off, Mr. Lipsky. These creations are capital. No, yes, my customers like it. They want these cakes for presents and for their friends, and for parties. Theirs made mostly from wafer as well, and eyes, they are chocolate. Wow, I'm so impressed. Let's have more of a look around, miss. I would totally buy that bear and just eat it in front of a child. Is that clock made of cake? The clock is made... Oh my god, the clock is a cake as well. That explains why the hands aren't turning. It is hard to tell, isn't it? I genuinely thought it was a real clock at first. God, the flower pot's also cake. Mr. Lipsky said that the ornaments and decorations in the shop were cakes that he'd made, didn't he? Which presumably means that these flowers aren't real flowers, isn't it? Yes, you're quite right, Ernest. On close inspection, they're actually made from icing sugar or something. I wonder what they taste like. Icing sugar? Just saying. Miss Layton, no, you can't possibly take a bite out of such a beautiful made object. So, you have decided what you like. Oh, I'm sorry, we were so busy admiring all your wonderful decorations. Yes, I think I'll go for some of your profit rolls, yes. No, yes, but you have to wait a short time if you don't mind. I always make profit rolls fresh. I only put cream into cases when they are ordered, never before. That way, cases remain crisp, like they should be. Oh, I'm licking my lips already. Good then. Then I go into kitchen and make for you. Please wait here. Picked up a scent, cat. Actually, the rubbish bin there has caught my eye. Yeah, I saw that earlier. What the heck? Kind of weird. Is the trash can made of cake too? Maybe I won't eat that cake. It could do with being emptied, couldn't it? All the rubbish is spilling out. Yes, which seems out of place in such an elegant shop. It looks like it's mostly paper in there. Perhaps we should investigate. Okay, just give me no choice here. There's lots of shreds of paper in the bin. It's a sketch of something, but the look of it, I wonder what. You can't tell with the paper all in pieces like that. Yeah, we'll have to do something about that. Alright, next puzzle. Finally. Yeah, my mouth could use a break from all that voice acting. Okay, so paper caper. There are some pieces of paper in the bin with some drawings on both sides. Put them back together as one sheet and work out what the new pictures show. Press A to hold up a scrap of paper and move it around the frame. Take care not to overlap any pieces. And note that you can't move pieces that are already in position. You can flip the scraps of a paper over by pressing L and R and holding them. Okay, cool. That's cool, okay. So, looks like that goes here. Looks like a squid. Oh, there we go. And then this part goes here. Alright, looks pretty good.
This should do it, I think.
Looks like a squid.
Puzzles are made for solving.
Yes, putting the pieces back together and show the recipe for some bread in the shape of a squid. On the back is something that looks like a hand of a clock. Okay, we're finally getting a real clue here. Yeah, that looks like a clock hand. Okay. Oh, look, you can see what it is now. Looks like some kind of recipe for squid bread, apparently. I kind of want to try that. It sounds really unappetizing even to me, and I'm a dog. Well, I like squid and I like bread, so I might have to try something like that. Look at the back, though. What's on the back? There's something drawn on the back as well. Let's see, it's the missing hand of the Elizabeth Towers clock. And there are instructions about how to make it, too. It's a blueprint, miss. What the devil is a blueprint of a hand of the Big Ben doing in the rubbish bin of Alex Lipsky's patisserie? I think we'll keep hold of this particular piece of rubbish. A cat stealing from the bin. Isn't that a bit of a cliché? This could be a vital clue, Cheryl, and I think it's safe to assume that it's no longer something Mr. Lipsky wants. Oh, and here's the man himself. Look. Sorry to keep you waiting. Here are your Lipsky special profit rules. Oh, thank you so much. No, yes, thank you. I hope I see you again sometime. I'm sure that you will. Goodbye now. Good. Now that we've taken care of dessert, I think it's time we've headed back. Finally, back to the matter at hand. Okay, so this is the 5th clue. It's probably one of the best clues we got. Clock hand blueprint. So, pieced together from scraps of paper found in the rubbish bin in Lipsky's patisserie. Sketched on the back of a recipe was a drawing of the clock hand. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so we've done everything we can do here. Back to Chancellor Lane corner. All right, Kat, where to next? You've done the restaurant and the cake shop. Please tell me you're on the fool now. Yes, I couldn't eat another thing. So let's carry on down Chancellor Lane. Keep heading north. We'll be back at the office. Oh, I know what you're thinking, miss. We're stopping in for a quick strategy meeting, aren't we? To discuss our next move. Wrong. There's a lovely little boutique shop next to the Layton Detective Agency. I thought we could have a peek. Have a peek? Boutique shop, miss. All right, that's enough, Kat. Get your mind back on the job. Come on, Ernest, back me up here. Well, if Miss Layton wants to find even more delightful clothes to wear, then I'm all for it, actually. Oh, give me strength. Come along, the boutique awaits. We're seriously doing this, okay? Like how everyone left. How you doing, Hogan Hack? At least you're still here, though. Yeah, this is one of those streams that people can watch later on, though. I mean, unless they're participating in, yeah, it's. We may not have a lot of people staying, but we do have some people coming to watch, and I appreciate that. Okay, so go to the Detective Agency. Okay. Further down. Okay, back to Chancellor Lane. Back to here. Well, here dang, I can't do the voice now. Well, here we are outside the Layton Detective Agency. So, where's the boutique shop? It's just next door. Come along. Ha, are you really a detective? I'm starting to have my doubts. Will it be open, do you think, miss? Perhaps it's closed for a day, if it's just for a small shop. You could be right, Ernest. There's only one way to find out. Just walk right in. The door won't budge. It looks like it's closed today after all. Oh, bother. Sorry, miss, but at least you can easily come again another day, seeing as it's right next to the door of the office. But I'm all in the mood for shopping now. Do you think it's really closed? You don't think the owner will open up for me? No one to give up, Cat. Dearie me, you young tearaways never look where you're going, do you? Sorry. Just look at the puddle at your feet. Oh, goodness, you're right. My shoes would have been ruined. Thank you, madam. I'm very grateful. Don't mention it. Suede is terrible for getting wet, isn't it? It's funny. There's only a puddle here and nowhere else. I wonder why. There's nowhere for the water to drain away. Of course, that's the trouble. Speaking of which, there's a fun little conundrum I know about drains. I wonder if you've come across it before. Pipe nightmare. Here's some very complicated pipe work. If you turn the correct 2 valves out of the 8 valves at the top, water will flow out of all the exit pipes at the bottom. If the pipe splits in two, the water will flow both ways, but only in a downward direction. Select a valve to open or to close it, and decide which pipes you'll send the water down. Work out which two valves are the correct ones to get the water to exit the pipes. Okay. So we gotta select 2 of these to open to get water to flow all the way into all these 8 at the bottom. So let's see, I'm looking at, so you gotta kind of just work each one out a little bit at a time. Looks like H will be the only one. There used to be like a way to do notes in this game, but I don't think they have that. Oh, here we go, memo. So let's see, H flows down this way, and it only goes to this pipe, so H is not it. So we can cross that off. And then let's see, A. It goes down to that one. So it goes down to the 1, the 1, 2. So I'll put numbers on these so we know which one's which. I'm not good at drawing right now. You kind of get the idea. Okay, so now you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So A flows down into 1, into 3, and 5. B flows down into... So yeah, we could always write them down, but I think I remember it. B flows down into 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, and 8. C flows down into 3 and 5, so C's out. Since we can always open B and replace that. D goes down into kind of the same way as A, but there's a difference here. It goes down to 3 and 5, and then it also goes back into 5 and 8. Okay. So we could always just use A for that one. Or no, we can use B for that one. I'll cross D off. I don't think we're going to need that one. I'll try to remember it, though. E goes down into 1, 6, and... Oh, no, actually it goes into more. Hold on. 1, 4, 6, and 7, it looks like. Yeah, 1, 4, 6, and 7. F goes down into 5 and 8, so F is out. I think we need at least pipes that go into 4 of them. G goes down into 8. Back down to 8. Yeah, so G only goes to 8, so that doesn't... Yeah, so G's out. So I think we got like our only 3 here. So A, B, and D. A goes into 1. A goes into 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, and 5. B goes into... So I think it's B and E. Since B goes into... So B goes into 2, 3... 2, 3... Make sure I'm doing this right. 2, 3, 5, and 8. B goes into 2, 3, 5, and 8. E goes into 1. Goes into 1, 4, 6, and 7. So it's... Okay, so it is B and E. Yes, so by process of elimination, our answers are B and E. Yeah, look at that.
I've seen how to solve this now. And that's how it's done.
That's one of the earliest complicated ones, but really, if you can find the 2 pipes that the 2 letter pipes that go to that feed to 4 of them, you're good. Wonderful, dearie me. I wish I could solve the problem of this puzzle like you solved that puzzle. There's always a puzzle here after it rains. Did it rain yesterday then? One of my neighbors said it was raining in the middle of the night, yes. I don't know what she was doing up, mind you. It sounds like it was just a passing shower or two, though. Rain in the middle of the night. Yeah, that goes there. Overnight rain. That should be the last clue. Yeah, that's the last clue. So we got 6 clues. Case is complete. Did you figure it out? Okay, so let's see. Overrain. Neither Cat, Ernest, or Cheryl noticed, but a sizable puddle in the middle in front of the Lucky Clover on Chancer Lane attests to a strong shower during the night. Okay, so we can solve it, but there's a couple puzzles here I want to solve real quick. Meow. Oh, a little cat. Looks like a stray. Perhaps it's lost, do you think? Poor mite. We'll have to help it find its mother. Alright, next puzzle. This one is number 10. I think we skipped a few. We'll probably go back. This is the ladder lottery. Okay, so lost and found. This is a ladder lottery. You need to add horizontal lines to do it in order to reunite the lost little ones with their mothers. What is the minimum number of horizontal lines you need to add? Select the number to input your answer. For example, for an explanation of how ladder lotteries work, press X or select the menu button underneath the puzzle's picture. Okay. With ladder lotteries, you start at the top and follow a vertical line down to the bottom. When you hit a horizontal line, you must go along it, and when that hits the next vertical line, you start following that one down. Okay, so we're looking for the minimum number. Probably have to memo this one. Okay, so we need... So we'll probably need one, like, right up here. To get to the monkey down to that one. And then to get the deer over here, so we're gonna have to probably throw a few more down. And that's the only way to get the deer to get Bambi back to his mother. Okay, so that one, so that's good. So that's good. Monkey's good. Rabbit goes to there. I might have to move something around. And they don't have to be like perfectly horizontal. They can be a little skewed. So let's see, we need to get the bird back to where it was. So that there, okay. That will send, oh, hold on. Let's try this again. This one goes up here. I'll try and draw these a little bit more because I feel like... Alright, so that one leads there. That's good. That's good. Bunny rabbit's good. Bird. Okay, so that'll lead the bird down there and then back to there. This will lead the bear down here and there. Okay, so all 5 are good. So the minimum number is 5 in my opinion. But now I gotta make sure about this. What is the minimum number of horizontal lines needed to add? I think we got this right. I'm gonna go with 5.
If you'll entertain my idea here.
Oh, that's it.
Still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
That was the minimum number. Yeah, we did a little differently. There are several ways to place the horizontal lines, but that's just one of them right there. Alright, lost and found. Meow, meow. I didn't think it was lost at all. No, I'm sure you're right, miss. It doesn't actually look like a kitten. I was worrying for nothing. Probably find some hit coins around here. Yep. Oh, look at that. 10 hidden coins. Alright. Yeah, if you look in, like, windows or stuff, you'll probably find them. Or you just go around and click them randomly. Click on random stuff just to hear them talk, or read whatever they're saying. I guess can't hear anything. I think you'll find that this place was empty until recently, but someone set up shop here now. Layton Detective Agency, it says on the sign. You see, open bracket. In other words, a Snoop service, close bracket. You can't trust detectives, if you ask me. They're as bad as the master criminals that they're supposed to investigate. Well, you can trust the Layton name. The agency motto is any mystery solved. I make it my personal mission to get to the bottom of any and every conundrum that my clients throw at me. You're the detectives. Oh, Bob, you're such an idiot. Idiot. It's alright. Please, feel free to come in for a consultation if there's anything we might be able to help you with. He's lovely. Nice person to talk to. Sangria's famous papaños. Special price, just for you. See papaños. Papaños. I'm sure I've seen you before somewhere, loitering around suspiciously. I'm not suspicious, I'm Benny. Anyone wearing an outfit like that needs treating suspiciously. Papaños are the special souvenirs from my homeland, Sangrio. If you have a papaño, they say you get good luck forever. They say your dreams come true. They say you'll be eternally happy. Gosh, it sounds almost too good to be true. I think we'll have to decline, I'm afraid. We're in the midst of an important investigation at the moment. No, don't say no. If you don't like my papaños, how about a puzzle? A puzzle. Puzzling paints. Okay, the colors of the paints are representing the appearance of something. Apparently, one of the colors can be seen every day. But which one is it? A is black, B is blue, and C is white. Choose one of them. Colors of the paints are representing the appearance of something. Apparently, one of the colors can be seen every day. Which one is it? I guess it would be A, because it's talking about the sky, in my opinion. And every day the sun goes down, so yeah, it would have to be A.
This is an interesting one. Puzzles are made for solving.
Yeah, sometimes they're a little vague like that, so you might need hint coins. The paint colors are representing the appearance of the sky. Black is the night sky, blue is the sky on a clear day, and white is the sky on a cloudy day. You also forgot, like, I guess afternoon or sunset. Colors that can be seen every day, regardless of the weather, is the black of the night sky. Yep, that much is true. Fantastic, you got it right. Well, I think that you should have a sangria papaño. Really? For free? For 2/3 of the normal price. Oh, no thank you. No? What? Why does no one want to buy my papaños? I came such a long way from Sangria to sell my papaños all over the world. I was sure Londoners would like them, but nobody shows any interest at all. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Would you like to buy a papaño to cheer me up? No, get it away from me. Doing business like this is not easy. Okay, I think we've done everything we can do here. Yeah, we talked to her already. Of course you were, my dear. It's run by a lady called Clover Price. She manages the place on her own right now. She stocks the most beautiful clothes, and all the hats and accessories are delightful too. And since it's just her running the place, her opening hours are rather hit and miss. She's very lucky to be able to pick and choose when she works. She really is a lucky Clover. You don't know anything about her, Cat. Keep your muzzle out of other people's business. Okay, so we do have enough to solve this case, yeah. It just says we can move stuff around, but we don't need to. Solve this case. I think we got enough clues. Aha! I've got it! I know what happened to the missing clock hand. You do? Indeed, this mystery is history. Who did it then, miss? All in good time, Ernest. We'll have to call Inspector Hastings first. He'll want to hear this, of course. In fact, yes, I should think the results of the forensic analysis will be ready by now. Ernest, could you trot over to Scotland Yard and pick up a copy of the results? You mean the analysis of those samples that they took from the scene? Yes, that's right. Once we have that, I'll explain everything.
It doesn't make any sense, Kat. Clock hands don't just go missing overnight.
Well, not necessarily. What if the hand melted during the night? That's a possibility.
No. Just no.
I wonder... Aha! Yes! The hand of the clock must have been an enormous wafer.
Now you're taking the biscuit.
Well, traces of a substance that could be wafer were found at the base of the clock
Put
tower.
me down.
Okay, so apparently the clock hand was made of wafer.
Please?
Tell me you're making this up, please.
The samples collected from the scene certainly could indicate a wafer-like material.
Really?
It had me confused at first, but of course, wafer makes perfect sense.
Oh, yes. Wafer makes perfect sense for the kitty cat. But for the rest of us who aren't crazy, it's a bit hard to swallow.
Yay, food puns.
It's the truth that's crazy, not me. Because the truth is stranger than fiction.
Really?
It's highly probable that the culprit is someone used to cooking cakes and pastries on a grand scale.
In other words, a confectioner. We're looking for a master wafer maker.
Oh, you again. What do you want now?
Well, Mr. Lipsky, it's about the person responsible for the missing hour hand.
Eh?
It's you, isn't it?
What are you talking
we
about?
don't have a lot of
This is not
characters in this
fair.
game so
You
far,
can't
so
pick
yeah.
on me. What evidence?
If it's evidence you want, how about this?
It's drawing of hand.
I believe you made this, didn't you? As a plan for your brother, who had you make a giant clock hand out of wafer biscuit.
So it was the twins after all.
I was not enough careful. Like idiot, I made stew. I dropped the hand, and it was broken.
Okay. Those two look like Fire Emblem characters. Really? Yeah.
Now Ambassador is coming, and we are in pickle.
So you came up with the idea of a wafer hand to buy you some time?
Buy time, really?
No, yes.
So they replaced
It
the
was
hand with
only
the
thing
hand
I
of the
could
clock
think
tower
of.
with a giant wafer.
But my Bratzy is not to blame. It was all my idea.
My guess is that, yeah, it rained, so the wafer dissolved and fell off the clock tower.
Bratzy, no. I thought a plan, not you.
First of all, it's gotta take a great amount of care to make something that big, and then install it on a clock tower, and then have that move around.
Quiet, Alex.
Thankfully, it's moving slowly,
I
but
told
still,
you
it
just
probably would have
follow
fallen
what
apart
I say.
regardless.
It's really very charming.
Huh?
The idea of a giant clock hand made of wafer. It's a wonderful notion.
Still, I did not tell truth. I made big mistake. Now, I don't know what me and my Bratzy can do.
Oh, that's easy.
Easy?
Yes. Make another one.
Make another one.
We'll present your wonderful wafer clock hand to the ambassador as a gift. What foreign dignitary wouldn't be delighted by a life-sized replica of a piece of one of Britain's most iconic landmarks?
Huh?
Oh, wow.
Oh, you British, you know how to entertain, huh? Whatever may happen, you will never exit our hearts.
We'll never Brexit our hearts. So, Ambassador Fodufwefwe visit went off like clockwork, and Britain's place as a friendly and ally to its European neighbors was firmly re-established.
Oh, Miss Layton, you're amazing!
I can't believe it. That whole wafer thing, how wasn't that just a shaggy dog story?
But you see, Shirl, the truth is always stranger than fiction.
Alright. That was entertaining, first part. Back to the office. How'd you like the basket, Shell? Was it comfortable sleeping in there? Yeah, thanks, Ernest. It beats sleeping on the street, that's for sure. Or worse. Anything to stay out of the pond. Out of Battersea. Well, if there's anything else at all that you need, do let me know. I hear you're homeless at the moment, Shell. You're welcome to live here in the office for a while if it would help. Yes, that would be a big help. This memory loss thing is a really rough deal. Oh god. I don't know who I am or where I come from. I just suddenly found myself wandering the streets. That's the first thing I remember. Until you spotted one of our flyers and decided to enlist our services of the best detectives in town. Yes, that was one of the leaflets I've designed that you picked up, Shell. Miss Layton had done absolutely no advertising at all since she set up here, you know. So I decided to take matters in my own hands. Although we still haven't had any business. Apart from a vagrant crime. Canine, sorry. Oh, well, excuse me for merely being man's best friend. Now, Shell. I didn't say I was dissatisfied. In fact, I plan to use your dogginess to the full. You do? How? Actually, maybe I don't want to know how. By having you do what dogs do best. Using your nose, following the scent of a villain from the scene of a crime, for example. Oh, I say, Miss Layton, what a champion idea. Yes, Shell can perform police dog duties with his heightened sense of smell. He'll be a wonderful asset to the agency. I hate to rain on your parade, but this dog he knows no notable smells at all. Sorry, that was too many no's. Are you telling us you can't smell anything? Not exactly. I mean, I can smell things, but no better than a human can, I'd say. Really? Oh, what a disappointment. I was thinking I might actually find a use for you. Oh, sorry, I'm such a letdown. Never mind, I'm sure Show will prove useful in other ways. On the phone. Oh, the phone. Get that, would you, Show? Why me? Well, if you can't help sniff out the truth, then the least you can do is take phone calls for me. I'm a dog. I'll get it. It could be someone for the job for us. Have the dog answer the phone. Arf, arf, arf. What can I set you working on, Show? Cleaning the toilet, perhaps? Or filing? No, your paws would prohibit so many tasks. Oh, I've got it. You could be Layton Detective Agency mascot. We'll stand you on the prominent street corners, touting for business. Oh, yeah. And I'll throw in a free massage as well. Ah, it looks like Ernest is finished on the phone. That was Inspector Hastings from Scotland Yard, miss. Inspector Hastings, does he have a new case for us? A murder. Ooh, murder. That's kind of a step up from this game. A murder, a big case at last. Well, yes, except, well, it seems it's not that simple. The inspector said it was probably a murder, but might not be a murder. But actually, it seems it probably is a murder, maybe. It's not that hard. Did someone get killed by someone else, or didn't they? I don't know, but the inspector wants you to meet him at Scotland Yard immediately. A murder? That might not be a murder, but probably is a murder, maybe. Really got all the facts here, don't we? Well, it's certainly intriguing. I smell a mystery that needs unraveling. Oh, bother. What's the matter with you? It's the last day of the Riverside Festival, that's all. I had hoped to invite you to accompany me to watch the show this evening, Miss Layton. Oh, yes, I'd forgotten the festival was on at the moment. What kind of festival is it? It's a London tradition. It takes place on the banks of the Thames. It's a hoot show. There are street stalls serving food and drink and stage performances, and, oh, it's all rather fun. It goes out on for a whole week, but today is the last day. As the climactic finish to the festivities tonight will be the Riverside Show of Devotion. Yeah, sounds like a real hoot. Oh, it really is. Lots of young men and women who are in love line up on opposite banks of the Thames to face each other and declare their mutual love. Well, in front of everyone else? Absolutely. They say the couples who declare their love at the Riverside Festival will find eternal happiness together, you see. Why would he know this? Really, I had no idea about that part of the festival. It's jolly romantic, don't you think? I was hoping to escort Miss Layton so we could watch the show together, but now... Did you say it happens every year? There's always next year, then. Isn't there, Romeo? Perhaps not. Actually, numbers have been dwindling in recent years, you see. There are rumors that they might even abolish the whole the festival altogether. This may be the very last chance to experience it. I must admit, it does sound appealing. Really? The romance of it all gets to you too, does it, miss? Oh, joy. Haha, sorry, honest. It's the food and drink stalls you mentioned. They have piqued my interest. Ruled by your hunger, not your heart. You should be a dog. Food and festivals always taste better for some reason, don't you think? It's the atmosphere, I suppose. Yeah, he does like her. It's kind of obvious. Thanks, Claude. I couldn't put that one together by myself. Couldn't solve that case on my own. Oh yes, I couldn't agree more. It's sharing with someone special that really does it, isn't it? Yes, well, we mustn't keep Inspector Hastings waiting any longer, I suppose. Come along, you two. We need to pop over to Scotland Yard. Of course, miss. Why do I need to come? Because you need to earn your keep. You're getting free lodging here at my office, remember? Unless you prefer the street corner advertising we discussed before. I'll grab my lead. I'm starting to think I picked the wrong agency here. Yes, you did. Murder on the Thames. Well, it might not be a murder, but then it probably is. Maybe. So this is the famous Scotland Yard, is it? It's not much of a yard, and it's not in Scotland either. As a dog who likes open spaces, both revelations are a bit of a disappointment. It's actually quite imposing, isn't it? I'll say, don't forget that the Metropolitan Police are responsible for keeping the peace across the entire city of London. This is a very special place, and not least because it is where Miss Layton and I first met. It's one of the most treasured memories, such as the fateful meeting. Wasn't it, miss? This is no time for reminiscing, Ernest. Inspector Hastings has a possible murder, or maybe not, he needs help with. Come along, then. Let's go in. Oh, sorry, miss. Right you are. Case coders have been added to Cat's bag. Oh, I think it's PC Beat. Yep. Hello, hello, hello. What have we here? Katrielle, Layton and Co., no less. Good to see you at the yard, ma'am. Inspector Hastings is investigating the latest in the case with a rather small team of officers. A select few, you might say. Ha ha ha. And after your brilliant performance on the Big Ben case, I'm not at all surprised to find you among them, ma'am. Gosh, you've made a name for yourself already, miss. Yes, which means we'll have to work hard and solve this case too. I have expectations to live up to now. Right? Yes, everyone loves you. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that we can return to the agency at any point, you know. Whenever you'd like to go back, just press X. Don't care. Ah, so that would be a way of going back to the previous cases and finding any coins or solving any puzzles we might have missed. Yes, and for the less serious-minded, earnest redecorating can be a nice change of pace. Alright, on we go. Something's not right. Oh, what is it, miss? Don't you think it's unusually quiet here at the police headquarters, considering a murder has just been reported? Yes, I suppose you're right. I don't see many officers rushing about, following leads or anything. Oh, look, there's Douglas Dirt, the reporter from the London Times. Let's go and ask him if he knows anything. If anyone will know, it's a reporter. It's like the reporter gathers all the information, then we gather all the information on the reporter. Circles! We're going in circles! Hello there! You're on the same trail as me, I dare say. You've heard about the incident at the Riverside Festival, I presume? A murder, no less. What a dark world we live in. So it was a murder, then? Yes, probably. Or maybe not. But it does seem likely. Then again... Oh, I thought of all the people you'd know at least. Well, the word on the street is that it was a murder, but the police haven't made a statement either way. Seems a bit odd, don't you think? A murder at one of London's biggest events should be front-page news. Looks like we're just going to have to get the facts from the horse's mouth. If by horse you mean Inspector Hastings, he passed through not long hence. I pressed him to give me the lowdown, but he gave me the cold shoulder. I think he's probably still in his office. Thanks for that. We'll go and find him. No need to thank me. All I ask in return is a little tissue out of any dirt you happen to pick up. Anything at all will do. I think there's some other puzzles we can do. Yeah, like this one right here. Hello, Miss Oh god, this guy again. I came across a puzzle during the course of my investigation into a certain case. Mum's the word, of course, but I can't figure it out. Oh, could I see it? You could indeed. This is the very puzzle. I'd certainly appreciate your assistance. And this one is puzzle number 14, pizza preferences. Oh god, this one. Okay, pizza preferences. Piping hot pizza has just been delivered. Sorry. So it's time to get it on the plates pronto. It's been pre-sliced, and you just need to make sure that all 3 children have precisely the same amount. So instead of picking the dang toppings off the pizza, I gotta now solve this puzzle. But there's always a but. Each child has a particular ingredient that he or she doesn't like, so you can't give them the slice with any toppings they won't eat. You can just order their own pizza. We ordered 4 pizzas, but not one of them could have their own pizza. Okay, so no eggs for this kid. No tomatoes for you in the middle. I'm just gonna kind of divvy this up real quick. Okay, you don't like bacon, so... Okay, so let's see. This one right here... So he doesn't like eggs, so we'll give him that one. And then this slice right here should go to her because she doesn't like tomatoes. So then we just gotta kind of work with this right here. Okay, so let's see. Each child has a particular ingredient, and we have to give them precisely the same amount. Okay. That might make it a little bit harder. Okay, so... Let's try this again. Egg there. So that one we know is right. That much we know is right. Okay, so let's try to even this out then. 4 there. I mean, kids are picky, I know, right? Yeah, we've all been there. Okay, so if I'm looking at this the right way, I'll probably put that one there, this one here. Dang, I did it again. Okay. That goes there. This goes here. That's constant. That has to be the way. That's the first part right there. I think that's right. Make sure all children have precisely the same amount. That's the part that worries me. Like, they have to have, like, 1/3 pizza. That looks right, that looks right, that looks right. I'm gonna submit it, see what happens.
This is an interesting one.
Oh, it worked. Okay.
Puzzles are made for solving.
No, you did it. Now you did it before it's stone cold. I know, right? Okay. There, that should put you out of your misery, PC Beat. Oh, indeed, it should, Miss Layton. Much obliged, I'm sure. Now I'll be able to keep my mind on my job, lovely jubbly. You're very welcome, Constable. Do call in the Layton Detective Agency if you need assistance with any other matters. Really? You're gonna call a detective agency for a puzzle? What? Yeah, I'm looking for a third. I'm trying to solve this crossword puzzle. What's a three-letter word? Alright, where we go next? Inspector Hastings' desk. Alright, cool. There we go. Now then, where's the inspector? Oh look, there he is over there. Gosh, his face is as black as thunder. This must be a terribly troublesome case. He always looks like that. Perhaps he finds every case troublesome. Let's ask. Yeah, we could, or we could root around his office and find stuff. Oh. Found a puzzle. This clock is absolutely spot on, isn't it? To the second. Well, sure, having accurate time reference is a vital part of the investigative procedure. Quite right, Dennis. Police or detectives alike always have to make sure they have correct time. I'm kind of like that too. I always like to have all my clocks and watches set to the right time. Okay, a clock. Okay, matter of time. An old clockmaker needs help setting the time on three clocks. The clocks each say different times. One clock says 4:05. One says 2:18 and the other says 3:05. One of the clocks is 32 minutes fast, another is 28 minutes slow, and one of them has stopped completely. Oh god. Okay. Set them all to the correct time. Okay, so this is a 12-hour clock, I think. Yeah, it only goes 12. Okay, so there's no AM or PM on it. Okay, one clock says 4:05, the other says 3:05. So I'm thinking either the 4:05 or the 3:05 is the one that's stopped working. So one is 32 minutes fast, and one is 28 minutes slow. So let's try and subtract 32 minutes from 2:18. 2:18, that'd be 150. Yeah, so it's not that. 28 minutes slow. Actually, I think the 2:18 is the one that stopped completely. Yeah, one says, so this one's 32 minutes fast, and the 3:05 is 28 minutes slow. That's one full hour right there, 32 and 28. So 2:18, that doesn't matter. 4:05, so let's see, 28 minutes past 3:05 would be 3:33. And if I'm right, let's see. Let me make sure I'm right here. 4:05, 32 minutes past, or 32 minutes minus 4:05, 27 minutes, so 3:33. So the correct time would be 3:33.
A good puzzle is something you have to chew over.
Got it. Nice.
That was too easy.
Old man looks really pleased now. All the clocks are right. Yeah. Oh, jolly good show. Well done. Are you in training to be a police dog by any chance? Oh, sure. It's what I've always dreamt of, Pinstripes. Surely Shell's in training to be a detective dog, not a police dog, and he's made a very promising start. I give up. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Oh, you're here, Cat. Good. I've been waiting for you to show up. I see you've got your usual entourage with you. We don't actually allow pets in the yard, but I'll turn a blind eye for now. I hear there was an incident at the Riverside Festival. Yeah, that's right. And the festival's in full swing already. I was actually planning on taking my better half there along tonight to watch the show, but now this is as happened. People are saying it's a murder. Is that right? Who told you that? Oh, it was me. It was me on the blower, wasn't it? But like I said, we don't know for sure. What exactly did happen, Inspector? Well, I'll tell you what I know so far. Early this morning, a man and woman fell from opposite banks into the Thames and haven't been seen since. But it sounds like it was no accident. The man was pushed by someone. Then it's clearly a murder. The woman, on the other hand, chucked herself in. Gosh, a murder and a suicide. You're not suggesting the two events are unrelated, but just happened to occur at the same time, coincidentally. We haven't managed to ascertain yet whether they're unrelated or not. There's people trawling the river as we speak, but yet we still haven't found either one of them. This is making my head hurt already. On the phone before, you said it was probably a murder, but might not be a murder. What did that mean by that? Do you know anything about the victims at all? According to our investigations so far, the girl was called Vic, and the bloke was called Tim. Oh god. Vic and Tim. Okay. Wow, there's a lot here. Last name's not forthcoming. Both of them lived on Chancellor Lane, it seems. Well, blow me down with a feather. Everything seems to happen on our street. Apparently, the pair was said to appear as part of the Riverside show of devotion tonight. I wonder what's behind all this. It's my job to find that out, Sunshine. Seems that I was requested personally to handle the investigation, and not only that, I've been told not to involve too many officers. On the one hand, I'm flattered, but on the other, I'm flummoxed. There isn't exactly much to go on, and I'm hampered by having so few officers at my disposal. Well, which is partly why I asked you to come down here, Cat. You couldn't lend a hand, could you? I see. So that's the situation. Tell me, who is it that asked specifically for you, Inspector? I'm just on my way to see the person in question now. As it happens, tag along. I'm led to believe I can find her down by Guildhall. Guildhall? You mean the town hall on Gresham Street? Yep, that's the one. Come on, shake a leg. Alright then, lead the way. Alright, going to Gresham Street. Actually, I think there's some other stuff we can do in here. Oh, found something. Discover a magnificent mustache. How magnificent. You Tribe, how you doing, mate? You can talk, but you can't talk to me because I don't have audio on earphones. Okay. Alright, well, we only got like 8 minutes left in the stream, so let's try to do as much as we can. Next time I probably live stream this will be on Monday. I'm probably going to do Monday and Tuesdays as my Let's Play nights. So this is Guildhall, is it? You can almost taste the history, yeah? It's bustling, isn't it? Especially considering the Lay Tower. It's the Riverside Festival, that's why. It's keeping everyone busy. So who's the person that asked you to handle the case then, Inspector? That would be the Mayor of London herself, Miss Piper Lowinda. Oh yes, I've seen her picture in the paper, a very sharp-looking young woman. They say she's really been shaking things up since she took office. She sounds like a force to be reckoned with. That she might be, but that doesn't help us find her. Where in this rabbit warren do you suppose she's hiding? Why don't we ask that woman over there? Yeah, ask running woman. Oh, hi there, 1212, how are you doing? London's such a great city, I've found so many puzzles while I've been running around, and I do love puzzles. Look, I came across this one just now. Okay, wow. You just took control of the conversation by yourself there. Okay, so let's see, the matches are lined up to show the number 3706. By taking away 2 matches, can you spell out spell out the name of a sport? Which sport is it? Okay, so we got just take away 2 matches. Okay. I think I see it. Yeah. Golf. Yeah, you gotta turn it upside down. If you look upside down, you can see it. But if you take away the, the top leftmost match. Yeah, taking away 1 match, you can spell. Sorry, did I say 2? I meant 1. Yeah, you take away the top left corner match, and then, yeah, you get the word golf. Upside down.
I've seen how to solve this now. Puzzles are made for solving.
It's actually a pretty simple one. You did it. If you turn the whole thing upside down and then, yeah. Alright. That was fun, thanks. Oh, you're very welcome. Garrett exercise for the brain, huh? Hey, want to come for a run with me as well? Oh, I don't know. Excuse me, would you point us in the direction of the Mayor Loanita's office, please? Oh, the Mayor, yes, she's, probably in her chamber. I should think so. Anyway, probably. That's it. Really makes us believe... That's it. Really makes us believe you know what you're talking about. I'm Miss Loanita's, secretary, Hesitate. Hesitate. Pleased to meet you. Did you need her? Did you need to, see the Mayor about something? She's extremely busy today. I'm not sure that she'll, have time to fit any unscheduled appointments. I didn't realize the Mayor had to do so much. Oh, well, Miss Loanita, I'm never gonna pronounce that right. Loanita is a very dedicated individual. As I'm sure you all know, she's taking it upon herself to totally revolutionize the way the city is, well, governed. At present, she's, pushing forward for her plans for environmental projects, as well as welfare reforms. Golly, she certainly does sound like she keeps herself busy. Yes, and of course now it's the festival as well. Is the Mayor personally involved in the running of the festival then? Most definitely. Mayor Loanita goes to extreme lengths to ensure the festival's success. Every year she plans a great deal of every event herself, and she's always present on the site to oversee the setting and other arrangements. And this year's festival is on a larger scale than last year's, so it's been all hands on deck around here. Really? Well, I'm very sorry to be disturbing you at such an obviously busy time. If you could just tell us where the Mayor's office is. Oh, of course, it's inside and up the stairs. Good day to you now. The Mayor sounds so busy. I wonder if she'll agree to meet with us. Let's see. Do you want to battle later? Actually, I'm heading to bed right after this. Sorry, man. Maybe sometime tomorrow. I'll let you know on the Discord channel when. Well, it's time. Well, it was her who asked the inspector to investigate, so I would think she'll make time. But let's go and see. All right. I think we have just enough time here to get to Mayor's office. Talk to her real quick. Which is a shame. We're just getting some viewers now, but that's okay. Mayor Loanita. Oh, that's her over there. Good. Let's go and talk to her then. Hello. Mayor Loanita. Yeah, that's out. Sorry to bother you when you're so busy. Inspector Hastings, CID. Inspector, I'm pleased to finally meet you in person. And your colleagues are? Oh, yes, these three, well, these two and the dog are from the Layton Detective Agency. The Layton Detective Agency? That's right. I've enlisted their help for this case. Miss Layton has proven herself as an extremely incapable crime solver. Only the other day, she helped solve a very difficult case for us. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Loanita. Katrielle Layton at your service. Feel free to call me Kat if you prefer, or Katrielle if I really don't mind. And I'm Miss Layton's loyal assistant, Ernest Graves. Oh, hello, Ernest. And your dog? Is she also part of the Layton team? Absolutely, although she is a he. Cheryl performs police dog duties for us. He's indispensable to the work we do. She? Well, that's good to hear, because the success or failure of the Riverside Festival really hinges on the resolution of this case. In fact, I hope you don't take offense, but I'd just like to see your skills in action by having you solve this poor puzzle. Alright, yeah, we got just enough time to solve that one puzzle. I think I can solve it quick. Boy meets girl. Okay. Okay, so basically we gotta... switch between L and R. Okay. We gotta get them to meet. Okay. Okay. Blue gate. I gotta open the blue gate somehow. Okay, I gotta do the yellow gate first then. Oh no! I don't need the yellow gate at all. I can just do the red gate right here. That goes there. Come on, go up. There we go. And there we go.
I've seen how to solve this now.
And thank you,
That's how
Claudia.
it's done.
All right, you did it. The boy and the girl are safely back together again. Whew. All right, did that. Yay! Solved 12 puzzles. You earn yourself a 1 decor docket. I don't know what that is. Well, that's very impressive, I must say. Your puzzle-solving skills are abundantly clear. I feel confident that I can entrust the Riverside Festival case to you now. Oh yes, Miss Loanita. You can count on us. There are a number of troubling points about this case, most notably the stark resemblance to the Legend of the Thames. I'm not aware of the Legend of the Thames. Okay, I seem to recall hearing about something like that before, but I forget the details. Allow me to explain. The tale goes like this. Long ago, a young man and woman, each from distinguished London households, fell in love with one another. However, the two families were enemies, so the couple's love was forbidden. They were forced to arrange clandestine meetings every night, each coming as close to the other as they could on opposite banks of the river. The woman's father learnt their activities and arranged one stormy night for her lover to be pushed into the river. What a stinker. The current was too strong for the man, and he was swept away to his death. Witnessing her love's tragic end, the woman was heartbroken and threw herself into the river as well, ending her own life. Wow. Okay, I see. It's said that the couple's bodies were found days later, locked in an embrace. From then on, the ghosts of the couple were believed to draw young lovers to the river on clear starlit nights as they lamented their tragic fate. So, to appease the uneasy souls of the departed lovers, a festival was established. And that's the origin of the current Riverside Festival, I presume. That night, it's a terrible, sad story, but in the end, the couples were united in love, which is what led to the belief that gazing at your loved one across the Thames would bless your relationship with good luck. Ah, yes, that's the idea behind the Riverside Show of Devotion, which is happening tonight, of course. But what an extraordinary similarity between the legend of this case we're currently investigating. Yes, it's either an incredible coincidence or someone contrived to mimic the legend on purpose. Interesting. It's a terrible shame that such a dreadful crime has sullied the festival. So many Londoners have been looking forward to it. We must get to the bottom of this at once, so that people's minds can be put at rest. I was told you'd ask me to lead this investigation, using a very small team of officers, Miss Loanita. I don't understand why you wouldn't want the whole force working on it, if it's important to get it resolved quickly. Yes, the problem is a great many members of the public are present at the scene because of the festival. If we send in swaves of police officers, we'll utterly destroy the atmosphere. After all, we're not even sure it was a murder, an accident or a suicide that we're dealing with here. I should like to avoid alarming the public by keeping the investigation as low-key as possible. I see. Still. Inspector Hastings, everyone tells me that what a talented police officer you are. They do? Seriously, who's they? Yes, I hear that you're dedicated and passionate about your work. One of the most admired detectives of Scotland Yard. Why is she buttering him up? Which is why I know I can rely on you to carry out the investigation swiftly and discreetly. Well, I don't know what to say. After such a high praise, I can hardly turn you down, can I? Thank you, Inspector, and I'm grateful to you, Miss Layton, and your assistant. Now I'm afraid I'm rather busy. After the show of devotion tonight, the mayor always makes a speech. Of course, yes. Well, we'll let you get on. Thank you. The festival is very close to my heart, so I do hope you'll get results soon. Just leave it to me, Miss Loanita. Call her Miss, not Mayor. I don't know, it's kind of weird. One of the most admired detectives of Scotland Yard. He's certainly dedicated and passionate about his job, but that's something of an overstatement, isn't it? Just a bit. She'll hear you, Miss Layton. Okay, and that is all the time we have for tonight, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to Tim Plays Game. Stay tuned for more live streams every night, midnight Eastern. Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing Smash Bros. Ultimate. Thursday, we'll be doing Fortnite. And Friday night will be our monthly Splatoon 2 Splatfest. But until then, this is Tim from Tim Plays Game signing off. And have a good night, guys.